word, and you can Matt, sit, move up some. Are you writing jokes?
Yeah.
All right. He's in the thing. Introduce yourself.
Zach
I'm Jim Peoples. This is
Okay.
I'm Jim Peoples. This is episode 448. Gladys is here.
Zach
One of you
Benzing.
guys might get kicked off for Gladys because she ain't been here in a minute. And
Kick me off. I feel bad. I showed up
no,
late.
shut the fuck
It was
up.
the fucking bus.
Well,
I did message.
say your name.
Glass is her name?
Gladys.
Oh, Gladys.
Say your name.
Zach Benzing.
Peter Wong.
Luis Lopez.
Yes.
Great group.
What's your dog's name, Gladys?
Ticket, the whole meal ticket.
Ticket. Meal ticket. Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, actually, the dog's like, why are you calling me a meal
Dog makes
ticket?
me a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
How so?
Panhandling.
Fucking hustle. It's like having a baby.
Not at all.
Wild kids.
Yo!
How old is the dog?
Oh, about 7 or so. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well.
Entirely.
Nice.
Well,
Good
that's
start.
sad.
Well start.
All right, we don't know.
Sad now? All right, we'll keep going.
What's going on, Peter? What do you? How's your life?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Coming off a little bit of sickness, but
You get sick?
I was sick last week.
Really?
Lost my voice. Ever since I started comedy.
What do you take for it?
I just take some NyQuil before
Really?
bed. Yeah, because I want to sleep.
Do you feel the
through it.
racism coming? Do you
No,
feel it?
why are you so... Not
Oh,
quote,
you thought-
what? You thought he'd be like chewing bats or something?
Yeah.
Some just weird Asian remedy you don't know about.
I was like, don't you ever weird?
You know about CVS?
Yeah.
What happened to
CVS?
Stones? You think he's just boiling pine
You ever
cones?
walk by this Asian place up the corner that has all the remedies for every sickness, and it's like these weird plants that don't.
Here we have things called pharmacies that Jimmy doesn't think you know about.
I wasn't even like awake enough to pick up. I was like, oh, of course.
He's gonna run right into this.
What do you use?
Racism radar.
I
wasn't-
wanted to say like
NyQuil?
hemp leaves.
Yeah. No, that's
and-
hilarious. I didn't even pick up on that
and
either.
Rabbit's foot.
That said, my mom and my grandpa tried to. They always try to prescribe me these like roots
Yeah.
and like herbal things,
Yeah.
and I get upset. I get upset. I say they're stupid.
Did you do that growing up, though?
Ethnic families tend to do that, right? And
Herbal things?
like Asian families are on like a more, I don't say respectable way of doing natural healing as opposed to black families are like, yeah, go get the Lysol and some duct tape and we'll fix it. Like the bullshit remedy.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
Lysol
right?
duct tape.
Like, yeah. It'll
you
fix
have something.
What?
Because as far as
What?
it's called holistic medicine, right?
Who's that?
So,
It's not sad white guys walking around today. I don't know.
Stay focused.
It's Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't like his walk in. His walk in.
This is
Back on
important.
racism.
This is important.
Yeah.
Back to your
A lot of
racist
racism.
stuff.
Back to us. What were you going to say?
He's like a dog, and racism's his
Yeah,
treat.
yeah.
You know, he's like a ball, but yeah. Well, as far as holistic medicine, that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Like homeopathy and all.
Didn't even know what telephone was
What
called. Why you
Steve
asking me?
Jobs
That's
did.
true. That's true. Most of the stuff that is people
I think-
laugh at, but they do look at Eastern
do.
medicine with
Yeah.
respect.
Absolutely.
They go, hey, the root and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I think Japan has the most, like the highest percentage of capita, whatever, of people over 100. So, like, if you're over 100, you probably live in Japan, and that's a lot of like Eastern.
Well,
medicine
or
kind
because
of
they're
stuff.
tiny too, for the
Sure.
most part.
So
No, I mean that's
do midgets
literally one of
live
the
forever?
reasons they live very long. They're very
They
tiny.
just live longer.
Yeah,
Midgets live
your
longer.
heart
Smaller
doesn't
dogs,
beat
they're
as much.
He said
It's
that
not
like it's a
pushing as
fact.
much blood. Yeah, no.
Like you did your
You know, I
research?
like because
That's
people are like,
fucking
that's
comedy. You say it
offensive.
with confidence. People believe you.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you did it, and we did it.
Yeah.
So
But
you're
because you were here to question each other. If I just told one of you, you'd be like, oh, okay, midgets.
You're not
There's nobody.
you're not doing stand-up
Nobody.
right now.
It's
We're
all
talking about
stand up.
facts.
It's all stand up. We're not talking about facts.
That's that tolerance.
What's your-
I got a fact.
Good.
88-year-old Chinese lady died because she ate too much bok choy. Apparently, he eat bok choy every day for like a month.
bok choy
and a half,
fried?
trying
What
to-
is that?
trying to cure
Bok
herself
choy is like a
something.
type of onion.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an
my
onion.
Is it?
go-to
You know?
No.
It's something green.
Bok choy.
It's a
It's my
leafy.
go-to example for everything having an LD50.
It's kinda like
even
a
bok
leek.
choy, you
It's a
can't
leafy
die.
vegetable.
So it's kind of like
Is
a
it?
leek.
Oh
No.
shit.
Fuck.
It's not
What color is it?
White.
It's green, isn't it?
What am I
Yeah.
thinking
This
of?
is getting weird. This is not where I expected this to go.
No.
Okay,
We're
what's
gonna-
bok choy? It's-
What is bok
Good thing
choy?
it's spring onion.
What?
Oh
Bok
yes,
choy is
yes.
it's like a long cabbage almost. It's got white base and
She
long
did.
leafy green.
Why did they?
She's
Why?
been eating 2 to 3 pounds of bok choy a
They're
day,
small.
trying to keep her diabetes in check with some Eastern medicine.
So it's probably the diabetes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I don't think it was the bok
It
choy.
wasn't the bok choy.
I'm mixing a lot.
What else are you doing? Maybe it was the crack she was doing. Maybe
Yeah.
the heroin.
Yeah.
Everything has a lethal dose.
Is that a
I
new-
feel like there's gonna be because have you guys been like those witch stores they have like in Brooklyn?
Witch stores?
Yeah, no, they have witch
Halloween
stores.
Spirit?
Absolutely.
She was
This
way
one-
too
No,
quick.
there's witch stores.
No, but there's witch stores where like they sell like the herbs and like the stones and spells and that kind of stuff. I feel like that's just CVS like 1,000 years ago. Like CVS is gonna be unrecognizable in 1,000 years from now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
do
gonna be-
something else.
it's all gonna be
Electronic.
something else.
You go in there, you go
Why?
to a robot or
Because
something.
everything's gonna the same way we
Yeah.
found out like a lot of the
Absolutely.
pills that we were taking 50 years ago are now like really fucked a lot of people over.
Yeah.
Think of even in the 90s, the ADD
But
medication
it's not
they were
like
giving.
every 50 years is an overhaul of it. 50 years ago, that stuff was new, and so we were finding all these ridiculous mistakes we were making. And now it's become medicine's more refined now, and there's more research
That-
thought into going.
It is interesting though because
Is this homework?
there is more.
I feel like you know when you're
Stop
watching a
judging.
movie.
Stop judging.
There's more research into it, but there's also like the capitalism element too, where like they just want to make money. So that's why the ADD medicines were being pushed on kids that were just like anxious, and, like
Yeah,
really screw a
there's
lot of people
that.
over. And that's why there's a kickback that goes right back to the Eastern Asian kind of medicine because people are like, well, this doesn't seem right. I don't know where I'm going with it. But I feel like it's going to be a natural kickback. So maybe in 1,000 years, yeah, we go back to the rocks.
But my grandpa
We
has
can either
just
go
comes
backwards
right back.
and reset because an
Yeah.
asteroid hit us, or we'll improve
Aren't
and
there like
get more
16 that are
technology.
like super close?
Huh?
Aren't there like 16 asteroids that are like super close to Earth
They've
right
been
now?
saying the weirdest shit lately. I don't know if you've been paying attention to all the shit that NASA's
no.
been doing. There's like this black holes colliding, and there's a fucking fleet of spaceships past the
They're
sun.
talking about that
Did you,
all the time.
Did you see that? Yeah, this is a fucking weird
No,
shit.
NASA-
And you know what? I got this local news out, and you can laugh at it, right? But that's
right.
the shit they're saying. It
No.
was like an asteroid hit the Caribbean. I was like, yeah.
CNN literally reported that UFOs have been like a thing, and
Yeah.
the military's been covering it up. They
And
reported
then
that
the
last
UFO,
month.
the military says, yeah, this UFO.
There's like, yeah, they're out there all the
They
time.
say, I don't like your kind of people because you're the kind of people that's like that shit's not real. There's
Me and Jimmy know.
I'm
right?
fucking with you at all. He's like ha ha ha.
I'm telling you, major news networks are reporting on UFOs now.
There was a time
They are.
where
They've been reporting on UFOs since
Yeah.
the
No,
70s.
no,
But
but
it's
now it's
been
been
more
like
frequent,
now it's
super
been like it's been stuff that the Pentagon has started to confirm.
Yeah.
So it's been unreleased documents of like.
SpaceX
I mean,
is
UFO
working
doesn't
on
mean
a-
like they haven't seen like little green men. That's not what they're reporting on. But there are there's
There is
unidentified
something in the
flying
sky
objects.
that we
They're
don't-
using gravitational movement.
Yeah.
So they go like into the water and come up. Like there's stuff where the
No,
Pentagon's
they
been
know.
releasing
More
it.
hoaxes. I guarantee you
It's
look into
it's a
it.
lot of bullshit, but there's like a little bit of real shit in the bullshit. You know.
Yeah,
Mm.
And that's why so much is coming out because we're not going to be able to decipher hey what's real and what's not because so much shit is coming out.
No, we
That
talk.
is the problem with the age of information, though, now, is that everything you hear, there's like 900 articles about this thing, and you can always find some articles about the opposite, so you don't even know what to...
Yeah.
There's so much information that it is brutal to like
Yeah,
sift
it's brutal.
So I try to avoid it all. I try to stay as ignorant as possible to as many things as I can.
Good
Well,
luck
you
with
end
that.
up
Good
in
luck
the
with
same-
that. Good luck
It's the
with that.
same.
It's the
Whether
same.
you're like that or you
It's
eat
the
up all
same.
the information.
You'll be when everybody's
Except
running.
I think I'm happier.
No,
Yeah.
when everybody's running down the street,
Ignorance is
you
bliss.
have
I
to
mean, that's
decide where you're going to be at.
that's the thing.
You know, there's
Why is
positions to
everyone
be because we're all going to be running for our lives eventually.
Then just
All right.
kill me. I don't want to.
Well, you're going to be that one. You're going to be the first to die, and then there's people who don't want to be the first to die and who sit against the
So
wall
if
and
they're
wait
in
for
an
everybody to
apocalypse, you would
pass.
want to survive.
Huh? Absolutely, I'm a survivor,
yeah.
baby.
You'll
Oh,
want to
no.
survive.
I'm a fighter. I'm
I'd
ready.
rather be dead.
I go to the gym every day for this shit.
Jimmy, but then you could just be. You could be.
To reset, huh?
You're gonna survive here?
Whatever kind of apocalypse.
It's the human
It's either
condition.
alien, zombie, robot.
Yeah, but looking
Whatever.
at it from right now, I'd rather like the,
Just be
the
done?
nuke or whatever hit New York, so that I just don't know. I'm like in a club working on bits, and then I'm just done.
Just be done.
We're living in Atlanta and having to eat someone's face.
Remember that? Remember
Oh,
in
you'd be a
Queens?
monster. Yeah.
Remember in Queens that semiconductor thing that was going off that made it look all green?
Yeah,
That happened
yeah,
like I was like, I could see it from my terrace, and I remember looking out there, and I was like, oh, that's a nuclear bomb. Like we're all dead.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, I'll just watch it.
Just wait.
I literally wasn't scared. Yeah, I mean, I was fucked up. I was like, am I seeing this?
Well, that's because deep down inside you knew that there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for why that was happening. You know?
No, I don't think
the
so
part
at
of
the
your
time.
brain that enjoyed the fantasy was like...
But
Hey, this
remember
is
that clip? I
probably
mean,
new.
everything was going green on
Yeah.
the sky. I mean, it
Yeah.
was.
But
I was
even when
just
I was
seeing it, I
watching
was
it-
like, this is what the hell? Okay.
What's this? I thought it was a shadow, but why do you just have a band tattooed on you?
I just have a band tattoo on me.
Just for you have no personality? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
God
Yeah,
damn.
me, ow.
God damn. What's up with your personality? Fuck.
But there is.
I just want to be cool in the 90s.
What is the
God
symbolism?
damn.
There's no symbolism. I actually have a half sleeve up here. I always wanted a tattoo, like growing up, and I was always like, all right, I have to get something that means something, blah, blah, blah. And then one day I was like, you know what? Screw it.
So you
Just
went
go
with
in
the
there.
whole band?
Yep, I want the whole band. I was like,
People talk about my bands all the time, and it's just like a bracelet.
yeah, I was like, you know what? I want a tattoo, and I don't want this first one to mean anything. I just want to get it done.
Well, you know, in a way, it does. It means that you don't care
Yeah,
what it
ask them
means.
what their necklace means.
Yeah.
Fucking watch me.
Yeah, no, but people ask me that all the time. They're like, so what's like it mean? And I'm
You know, in Africa.
I don't get over yourself. That's what it means.
You know, in Africa, that meant how many black people you killed.
Well, that's also. I didn't want to get into that.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, that's 4. But yeah, no, that's interesting. You have bands as well.
Just racist.
It's funny too when you stand next to it, because some people do have this
Yeah.
kind of tattoo, but it'll be skinnier. When you stand next to a guy with a skinnier one, you're like, it becomes a little bit of a dick measuring contest.
So if you stand someone with one bigger than yours, do you then go to the
Oh, I
tattoo
give
shop
my-
and get it a bigger again?
No, I give him my wife.
Okay. Got it.
You know, it's cold.
It's cold.
That's just today. But yeah, no,
outside, hit it a little bit.
it is.
Oh, man.
It is interesting that,
Smack
I mean, I just got sick of people always asking, like, or thinking, like, oh, well, if I get a tattoo, it's going to mean something, like, big. My other ones up here mean something,
Yeah.
but not this first one.
Not the one everyone can see.
Yeah.
Well, I do have short sleeves.
Right.
But there's a.
Like a
they're
tattoo
asking-
under your eye.
They're asking for the objective, for the reason
Yeah.
you got the tattoo.
And that's the reason.
And it's just, because
Yeah.
there's always a reason behind it.
Yeah.
They want
To
the
do
story.
something.
They want a
There's
cool story.
There's a why.
And that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the story. There's no, like, oh, it's for, like, my grandmother.
No.
You know,
Who
whatever.
killed a black person in
Yeah. Who's a huntress.
Got bands all around her arms, eh?
I'm like, you should see
bands
her.
on her arms. Her neck.
It's a family thing.
She looks like a zebra. It's all over.
Yo, killed so many black people. Can we talk? Okay.
Is that really a thing?
What?
The bands are the. It's an African thing. Is that like a thing?
Somewhere it is, but
Oh,
I just
somewhere it is. Okay, so
No,
no.
that was just him
somewhere.
shaking the tree.
Yeah. I'm just trying to. But soldiers used to do it. Soldiers used to mark themselves up with fucking stripes.
I have a question. Do you know the vitiligo?
Vertigo.
Vitiligo.
Vertigo. Right?
Vitiligo.
VERTILAGO.
No, VIT.
VIT. There's 2, right?
Vitiligo.
Vita?
What are you talking about?
What is
It's
it?
like the blotchy skin disease.
Lack of
Oh.
pigmentation.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what's the one where where the room moves?
Vertigo.
Vertigo.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 2 different things. Good job.
I was talking about this to someone. Do white people get the vitiligo?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
not noticeable.
Okay.
They go
he's
the
not
other
white,
way.
but he's light
You
skin,
can have black
Right.
and he has like you can see
Yeah.
like little parts of it, but it's way more
Right.
noticeable on you guys because
Yeah.
it's obviously you're black.
Some people will have
Yeah.
like
That was
it's
tough
just,
to say,
it's just
wasn't it?
moles, right? It's just like a mole.
No, I don't think it's mold.
No, it's just like a thing.
Yeah.
It's not
You ever
contagious
seen
or
like a
anything. It's just a
Holstein person, like a cow kind of looking person.
A cow?
Yeah.
cow
Yeah,
kind of
like
looking
black
person
and
with pouches.
Oh,
and then,
That's actually a good
and
way
then they'll
to
have
describe
more, either more,
Cat.
yeah, they have more white features or more black features.
No.
No,
You start off,
it's just
don't-
you, dude.
don't
But like
start off
parts of
with
you
it.
are white,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like this
seen
part
these
here
guys.
with-
Yeah, but
Yeah,
their face. But I've seen
and their
people
hands
who-
and shit. It's all over.
And then, but who you associate them with is like
Is black
either
people.
black people or white
Yes.
people.
Yes.
But I've seen white people. It's all in the features, and they'll have the same.
Oh, I've
You
seen
know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, they have like black features and they're
And
completely white.
completely white.
So they'll have bigger lips.
Yeah.
Flat
Oh,
nose.
oh.
You know what I
I
mean?
think that's a different thing than what we're talking
Same thing. But then it'll be white people with the same.
It's vertigo.
features. Vertigo. Huh?
Yeah, maybe it's out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
No,
You're talking
albino
about
was in
albino.
all white.
about.
yeah. No, I know exactly what you're
This
talking about.
is
I've seen
when-
people
Okay.
like
The
that.
shades.
I don't know
Right?
enough. I'm gonna start sounding.
Are we talking
Yeah.
about blackface?
No, it's not blackface. Look, you pull.
Yeah, someone pull that up.
Pull it up.
Vitiligo. Pull vitiligo. You got the laptop out. I said laptop. How cool is that?
That's a laptop?
Yeah.
I wonder how much.
It's an iPad with this styrofoam case.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
so
is
it's
super
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Because I was.
That's off-grid shit, right?
That
there.
is
That's-
super
Because right
cool.
now there's this big movement to make
Mm-hmm.
people with that look like
Mhm.
beautiful and you know what?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
there's models out there that have it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm beautiful either way.
Yeah, they're always beautiful.
When in reality they're monsters.
Wow.
I can't get over that laptop. Did you make that yourself? That case?
Yeah.
Get canceled.
There it is.
Jimmy.
You just got
Styrofoam and duct tape,
everything
bitch.
we say.
Duct
This is so
tape.
cool. This feels like Independence Day or something.
Yeah, that's some
Why do you have the hole cut
off
out
the
here?
grid shit.
For the camera.
Is there a camera in here?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
For the times you want to
Oh,
take a
'cause it's an
picture
iPad.
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
the Statue of
Yeah,
Liberty.
no, the thing is paper thin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, but that's
I thought it was like
she
a-
travels a lot, so it doesn't bump and shit.
and this just feels badass, especially
Yeah.
if everybody whip this out.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably make
Yeah.
so many pretentious people angry. They're like, I
Is
should have
this so
fucking
people-
thought of that.
Is this so people don't steal your shit when you're like, panhandling?
That works, and yes, sort of, and also it's just a rough and tumble lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, I can
Yeah,
use
she's
devices in
moving,
my
man.
writing.
Interesting.
It's a rough and
That's
tumble
really
life.
cool.
It is.
See?
I mean,
Have you guys started watching Raising Dion yet?
No.
Nobody. Nobody's
Is that an
watching.
anime?
It's a new Netflix show about the black mom raising her superhero son.
Oh.
It's pretty dope. So far, so good. It's the first season. It was produced by Michael B. Jordan.
He's a producer.
what's his power?
Yeah, he's producing. The son, he's one of those evolving powers. Like, oh, he's got another one, but he does.
Is it an anime show though?
No, it's not an anime show. It's a live action.
What was that movie where there was like a family of superheroes, and when you turn 13, you
Incredibles?
find out if you have a superpower or not, and the kid didn't, but
The
then he faked it like he did.
Incredibles? It's a Disney
No,
movie.
yes, it was a
Yeah.
Disney movie,
They
and
were
he's like a
aluminum
black kid.
foils, there were
Yes,
claws,
and then he like pulls the door, but he
It's
pulls it off to like act like he's super strong because he knows he has no powers.
It's called Up
Up,
Yes!
up and
No,
It was a
away.
Disney
Fuck you.
Channel.
It was, by the way, he's back.
Summer Steve.
Yeah.
Up and away.
I have
don't think
no.
I've seen
I
it.
just wanted to know the name of it. I have no bit off of it or
That's a
anything.
good
Was that Black Family?
Good.
Yeah, Robert Townsend was the dad.
Oh shit!
And,
How recent was that? Years ago?
Yeah, 2003 probably.
Oh fuck!
even earlier.
What's up?
I heard Brightburn was supposed to be good, but I haven't seen that yet. Did you see it?
I did see it.
I
Was
just
it good?
watched Pulp Fiction for the
It
first
was
time.
alright.
It's good.
All right, stop that.
It's all right. Yeah.
What's that got to do with that?
Yeah.
Movies.
What the fuck are you doing? But it's not even a segue though. It's like,
movies,
we're talking about
loose
superhero movies. You use Pulp Fiction.
I heard Brightburn was
You're
good.
terrible at that.
I am not good.
What? It's not good though.
It
I don't
was
know
like
if I
it was
wanna
like a
invest
school
time.
shooter superhero kind of thing.
Well, he's evil Superman,
yeah, he's evil
right?
Superman.
That's what it. That's the concept.
I,
Was it Will Smith?
Huh?
Was
No,
it Will
Will Smith. Is that no? Which one was he?
Hancock.
Hancock. It was like a bad Hancock.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
it was.
because Hancock
Yeah.
was already pretty bad.
No, but the bad hero.
Oh, okay, okay.
Villain Hancock.
Have you guys seen the Joker yet?
I did see it
Nah.
twice.
I love it. It's like literally, it was.
I already said my.
Okay, yeah.
I was just mad that it feels like they took the script and then took the. They were going to make a different movie and pulled the first. The title page off and just say, hey, let's make this movie.
Yeah,
You know?
has nothing to do with the Joker.
No, it can easily.
It can be
all they
anybody.
did was add 3 scenes that made him associated to Bruce Wayne, but it could have been anybody.
They could,
you know?
yeah, it was so.
But
good.
here's a weird thing that happened when and nobody remembers when Robert De Niro was making his rounds around comedy clubs and preparing for the part. He was saying he was doing the sequel to The King of Comedy.
Well, that's
like-
basically what it is.
That's what it was.
It is because he's the same character.
But I
It's-
feel
it-
like you know what would make more money? Let's make it the Joker movie. Like
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
in mid.
there's a
filming
lot.
was like,
There's a lot going on in
and
the movie.
somebody's
but
like, let's make it the Joker movie, and we can make
No,
so much
that's-
more money.
that's
and-
actually really,
I
really.
feel like that's what they did.
That's
you know?
that's a really way to put it. It is King of Comedy.
It is King
number
Comedy.
2.
Yeah, it's a sequel. That's all it is.
Yeah,
But,
it's really intense.
Whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I like after
Yeah.
the movie, I was like sitting there. I was like, holy
Then
crap!
they said, let's add some
This is
Joker-esque
insane. Yeah.
scenes. And
Oh, so you're saying the Joker thing's almost a backdrop?
I feel like
Yes.
it is. I feel like yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not really about the no. It's just about a guy just going crazy.
Yeah. Because
Stand-up
it was
comic
way
in New York,
more.
can't find
it's
work.
Like, yeah.
And then have you seen Kings of Comedy?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
King
Robert
of
De Niro,
Comedy.
Martin
King of
Scorsese,
Comedy.
back at King of Comedy. Have you? No.
Sounds
Oh.
like it should.
I'm not a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
if you're into comedy, it's like comedy 101 that you need to.
Have you read Comedians like Thieves, Scoundrels, and it's a really good book.
Don't
I'm
do
halfway
that.
through it.
Don't do that.
You
Just
saw
saying.
that?
More comedians.
That was a little bit of a chess game.
Yeah, challenge.
Chess match. Chess match.
I didn't
just
think
happened
anybody
there.
read.
Have you read the autobiography of Red Fox, motherfucker?
No.
Yeah, go sit over there.
I have this thing where I don't.
I don't read black people's
There.
lives.
I was gonna say that with Netflix. Like, did you see the Black superhero movie? I was like, I have a filter on my neck.
Who's the
Keep
first?
it out.
Who's the first Latin comic?
Think about that.
First Latin comic?
Yeah, I'm just
No fucking
throwing you
idea.
under the bus now.
I know. Was he the first one?
I don't even fucking
He's
know.
probably one of the biggest
No,
first
fuck,
biggest.
what?
Like around Paul Rodriguez.
No, shut up. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
His father's a comic.
The first.
Oh, you're right.
Who was the I Love
heard him
Lucy
on a
guy?
podcast.
Paul Rodriguez.
That's early.
That was
Paul
him?
Rodriguez.
Yeah. So yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
Cool. Good job.
Close. Very close. We
I
need
just
to all
know
do
it's I
our
Love
research
Lucy
on
guy.
that one.
Huh?
We need to all do our research on that.
I'm alright. Just kidding.
I know,
Where are
right?
you from?
Portland?
God
Which
damn.
one?
Oregon?
Where's your family from? Sucker.
Mexico?
Yeah, there you
yeah.
go. You feel that? That feels better, right?
What are you? Hell yeah.
What are you?
That feels better.
Yeah, it feels great. What are you?
That was a decent
What are
question.
you?
What are you?
That was a fine question. Yeah.
Hey, have you met what the fuck is his name now? Brian and Ciso? You guys don't know each other. Doppelganger. I know you don't like it. He said the same thing, right?
No.
But
Is he the fireman?
Huh? No,
Not
he
at all.
just look a lady.
Is he the guy that's the
They
fireman?
both have work in their parents' restaurants. They're both
No, then no.
What? They're both what?
they look alike. And people make the mistake of thinking one's the other. We were at the Mike and Niagara. We were like, oh, I thought that was Orlando.
Yeah, Niagara, the dark room with purple lights. That's where you confuse people. Weird.
How was Mike on Saturday? Good.
It's pretty good. It's dope. We
I
had,
haven't gone to that one.
I'm feuding with the Alligator people pretty hard right now, and it's really annoying me.
Well,
And I'm calling them out because I know they're watching.
yeah, call them out. What did they
Yeah.
do? What did they do?
So she called me 2 weeks ago. She was like, "Hey, your mic's,"
I like that.
because we usually have like 40 people. She was like, "Hey, you want to go to 11?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go to 11." Then the other night, she texts me and she's like, "Oh, actually, karaoke wants to start now at 9:45, so you're gonna have
No,
to
fuck
leave
that.
by 9:45."
No.
And I was like, "Let's call it 9:50." She was like, "If you want the privilege to continue to use the," and I don't even get paid for it.
Yeah.
They just count
No,
my
it's just
drinks.
the mic.
So I was like, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
Took a lot to not say that. I'm just kind of like, all right, whatever. We'll end at 9:45 now. But like the fact that she went from we'll do it at 11 to then all of a sudden
Yeah.
9:45,
She's
like
chasing
out
the-
of like a week.
They're supposed to chase the dollar, but it's
But we make way more money than them. Every single comedian that performs has to buy a drink, so that's at least $5 per comedian. I'm bringing in 40 people. Karaoke brings in fucking nobody.
fair.
Dude, they moved us last time for the Democratic debates too, like 2 weeks in a row, which was there was like 4 people there watching.
You gotta
Wedge-
switch
wedge
your,
in the
switch your
political
tone.
stuff.
I'm just saying, I was like, nobody's
fucking
like,
Democrats.
nobody cares.
It's not a political
Nobody
podcast
cares.
at
No,
all.
but I'm saying, I was like, why are you switching us? She was like, oh, well, I'm a huge Democrat. I was like, okay, but like, you're kicking us out, and like, it's
Is
4
anybody-
people
Granted,
all
you
patting
gotta
each other on
give-
the back.
You got that's almost like having an Eagles bar in Philly because it's a bar in Williamsburg. So
I
that
was
Democratic
fine with
debate
it.
is that big.
I was fine,
probably
but there
better.
was 4 people there
Wait,
because
there
I
was
actually
nobody there?
no,
Oh,
yeah, because it was after our mic, so I stayed to just check it out.
So it made
4
you
people.
Shut down.
But then
She
now
thought it
that
was
she
big.
went from 11 to now 9:45, I'm talking to some other bars in the area.
If you're not happy, you got to move.
Fucker.
You know,
Piss me
only
off.
go to places where you're happy and where you're valued. That's the
Well,
rule.
and the thing is, we don't even ask for money.
You know?
I'm just
Do-
like,
do
just
you-
buy.
do you-
Should I
do
have
you-
her comp my drinks?
Do you feel valued at that bar?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
she has like a.
Yes or no?
Sometimes she's crazy. Sometimes she's like, it was so great. We just saw the numbers. Blah blah blah. And then other times she's like, yeah, you're done now. And I'm just like, women.
He'd be really good at getting like girls to break up with their boyfriends.
Yeah,
You know,
that's very
do you
like.
feel
That's
what's
my
the
thing.
last time you did something nice for you?
I was like,
That's weird. Why don't you bring this up? We'll talk
I
about it.
I
and
definitely
we'll see
believe.
if this is right for you. Right
Definitely believe that
Sort of a
if,
therapist or
if
something.
you don't, I've been doing this long enough. I've been doing this too long.
Yeah, every day.
now.
You know,
It doesn't make you a therapist.
It rolls over to life. You know,
Ah,
it rolls
life.
over. Like your decisions depend on how you feel and how people make you feel. You shouldn't be in a place where
Well, I feel like it's a little back and forth too, because like now that it's starting to do well, she's kind of knocking me down because she knows I'm gonna start asking for some money. Because that's my goal. Not a lot, but I'll be like, yeah, give me like $100 bucks. If I bring you 40
Hundred's
people
a
in here,
lot.
I don't give a
It's
fuck.
not a
I'll
lot
say
at all.
it, and you start with that.
For your bike?
Yeah,
No. Well,
Wait,
you
wanna get
start
paid
with
for
that.
Mike?
no. Yeah.
yeah.
Depends on what you
yeah.
want to do.
Oh, we do show too.
Oh yeah, get paid
Yeah.
for the show. Get like part of the door or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
It's,
mic.
it's enough for your
Nobody
mic,
pays
not
for the
enough
mic.
for your show.
I don't give a fuck. That's how you start though, and then you negotiate down.
Oh, I think
No,
you.
you're
And then you are in
And
a
then-
feud
and
with
then-
them, and
yeah.
then you're not
But
doing
here's
it.
here's
that
the
could
thing.
happen too.
Yeah.
But you got to be willing to walk away.
You could get
That's
it.
negotiation.
You could get it, and you should get it, and you should program the bar to operate.
Think of that way.
To think that way.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
They
you
should
start
have a
with a
budget
number,
for
and then
comedy.
you'd be like, I'm bringing this, you're making this, and then we meet at some way, and then I can always walk away and be like, I got somewhere else I could bring this audience. I could bring it somewhere else.
Absolutely. No, you should.
You can't be
You should
scared to
program.
negotiate.
No, absolutely, and they won't budge. But yeah.
Also, aliens are real.
Don't.
Did you say Indians?
Indians are real.
I
Indians
was
are
talking to
real.
an Indian guy outside.
Did everybody see the Joker movie?
No.
You guys didn't see
No,
it?
they said they didn't see it.
Did you see? What was the point of the big rats?
That's what they do in New York.
But they kept mentioning the super rats.
Yeah.
What was the point of that? Why did they keep?
Say things are getting so out of hand.
Yeah.
But then, like at certain scenes, he'd be walking down the street. Like this is the second time I saw it, and then there'd be like a big rat come out of the corner. Like what was the semblance?
His head. It's in his head. It's in his head.
Did you see
It's
this?
like he was on the phone,
Yeah,
and it was like a
you saw it?
huge rat came around the corner. It looked like a cat, but it was a rat. And,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's probably in his head the same way he thought he had the relationship
But
with
he
that
was on
girl.
the phone, so he wouldn't have any control about what was in the background.
No, he had. It was in his head.
What do you mean?
The rats were. It's a metaphor.
It was the news?
No, it was
Because
metaphorical.
the news announced at the beginning. He was like, hey,
Yeah, but
big
the same
rat's
way
taking
he
over
thought,
the
the
city.
same way because he was losing his mind, the same way he thought he had a relationship with that black chick too,
Yeah.
and then he never met her.
So the city wasn't really.
Magnifying
He sees-
the filth that already
yeah.
exists.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah. It's just it's a
That
metaphor.
was
It's in his
fucking
head.
me up. Okay.
I like Sam Rose.
Look at
Could you count how many comics were in the movie? This
Yeah,
was
three.
three?
4 if you include the dude that's in old school. And
Brian
A lot of movies are using like, and it's because
Yeah.
maybe because we just know the comics, but a lot of movies are using more comics in movies.
That's good.
Is that new, or is that,
I don't know, but it's
or
good
is it
if it's
something
true.
I'm just noticing?
Yo, but was anybody at the movie in like makeup or costume or regalia? Because I was doing a set last night at like the Cherry Tree Bar in Brooklyn. I look out at the audience, it was pretty small. A guy's appeared in the back wearing full Joker makeup, already heart stopping, and then like I look up again and he's gone.
Well,
It just disappeared.
the weirdos are gonna come out. That's the
I saw it.
it's a fucking.
I saw it by myself, like in Deep Queens, and I was like one of the only white guys there, and I felt like everybody kept looking at me, being like, "Is he gonna flip?" And I was like, "Leave me alone." I did. I literally like if I
It was
would
like-
laugh, I was like, "Oh crap."
He could have been a little better comic. He was like a less than an open mic comic, you know.
That was the point.
Also,
He wouldn't have been to that at that.
Yeah,
Oh.
fuck.
You got a late
He
night
would've-
spot.
Yeah, he got a late night. He could have said check something. I don't know.
They're recording it.
Yeah, and they're recording it.
I thought some of his jokes. I thought some of the jokes that the writers wrote were pretty funny. I can't remember what exactly, but some
They
of
didn't say
them
any
were
jokes. They
pretty.
didn't let him say any
No,
jokes. They
not
don't-
him, but other comics because they showed a lot of stand up.
But those are the
But
real
those are the
jokes.
real comics.
Oh, those are the
that's
real
Sam
comics?
Rose
Oh,
jokes,
cool.
That's Gary
Yeah.
Goldman's
I didn't
jokes.
know. I didn't realize that. Yeah,
Those are their own
Those are
jokes.
their
Oh, yeah.
real shit.
Yeah, they were funny.
You see Goldman's new special?
No,
I haven't either. It's on HBO. I'm probably never gonna watch it, but I hear it's really
I'll
good.
probably watch it.
I went to it. I went to the tape.
Oh, really? How was it?
It was good.
Hell yeah. I
It
love
was very,
Goldman. Yeah.
precise.
Very. He said he worked 20 years on a bit.
Yeah,
20 fucking
he's precise.
Yeah.
Precise. Like fuck that.
It's like, yeah, you have to, it's a style.
Like he's a great writer. Like he's
It's a
just
style.
one of those guys.
Did you do mics with Goldman?
Huh?
Did
No, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. Like I heard somebody has a podcast where one of his jokes, I don't even fucking remember, but it was fucking great. And I was like, I'm never gonna write shit like that.
Or you just don't write because you're just
I like to
lazy
see.
or something.
I like
I've
to.
seen-
I got to talk about the shit that I see, and that's what I want to be a. I'm a crowd work comic. I like to talk to the audience, and I like to find the funny in the audience.
I mean,
You know?
the one time, the hardest I've ever laughed at your stuff was when you tried like written material.
It's my kryptonite.
So
I'm never gonna make it. It's okay. I've accepted
Big J is a big crowd
where
work
I
guy.
am in this. Yeah.
Big
you
J
know?
has. Yeah, he's.
I'm gonna host a bunch of shit and make a bunch of you famous. Good.
Okay.
I'll take that lane. That's fine.
I think hosting is
Yeah.
way more fun than doing
Way
stand-up.
more fun. Way more.
Way
fun.
more.
I like the material.
Well, eat a dick.
I'm just saying.
No,
we have
but-
different opinions.
Yeah, no, it's But
Jesus
We're not
Christ.
talking about that right now.
when you get to host or something like that, you automatically have something you can go off immediately.
Yeah.
You just riff off it. Writing, just, I don't know. It's different personalities.
I personally like when I talk to an audience and I warm up the crowd at the beginning, and because what we learned in Philly is to pay attention to the host and what he says, so that you know the audience.
Yeah.
So you can connect as soon as you get on stage, and you can tell the guys that didn't connect because when they didn't pay attention to the whole
They'd be like, "Who's
first
here is in a
monologue, it was like they
relationship?"
repeat the same shit,
Yeah.
and immediately you fail. You know,
Yeah.
That was the host's job, and I like bringing the room together.
That
Well,
happens a lot
even if you're gonna do
anywhere.
I hate seeing that.
Yeah,
Though. I hate seeing when the host did it, and the crowd is hot,
No, you're right.
and then you get on stage and be like, "So what's the deal with you guys?"
Yeah.
No,
We did that.
He did his
We
job
did
right,
it.
so you can
Yeah,
do your
and
act.
you fucking
Yeah.
You know everybody.
New York's
now.
especially bad for that because
Yeah.
it's all these comics bouncing from other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You come in
Got
mid show, and then you're asking all the questions.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's a
wonder
really
why.
good point. You're supposed to open their act
Yeah.
for like the actual
Absolutely.
writers. that
You
were making
already
comics.
you
Yeah,
alley
that's
ooped
your
it
job.
for everybody.
Yeah.
That's the job.
And the great thing is if they have something that you can work off of it, you can then reference
And then
that,
that's what you
and
when
then
you kill
it
it.
starts you off even higher too.
Absolutely.
Like I'm
That's the alley-oop.
her sister, and
That's
then
the
you
alley-oop.
go.
You
That's
know
your job.
everybody.
But
you
it
know?
sucks when you try a riff and then it doesn't work.
Because you fuck. That's just on you.
Exactly.
You
I know, but it's just like
the host threw up all the alley oops.
Yeah, exactly.
It's up to you to fucking close.
Yeah.
The funniest I saw you was when you ripped on Treat one time when he was here. He like came late, but he was like, "I just had this one joke I want to work on. I forgot what the fuck it was."
Oh, yeah.
But you went off on it for like 3 minutes.
It's so
just
fucking true. Because
You're like, you were so
everybody
hyped to come do it.
everybody has a fucking thing. Because I know what you guys
So
do.
funny.
I'm writing about this bit. I'm gonna take it to the mic. It's gonna fucking kill because nobody's talking about it.
And you just it was art.
You're saying bits come here to die.
This could be a guy, but that's what it's for,
It's
though.
over.
I know how good you guys feel about it because you're up all night. You're like, oh shit, I got this hot bit, and man, this is
Oh,
the
yeah.
one.
Well,
I
that's the
think this is
comedians.
it.
That's
It's
the
not
curse.
it. It's not.
That's the curse of
Yeah,
comedy.
what time is it? What?
I don't know.
The fuck are
OT
you
is
talking
calling me. I'm sorry, OT. I don't know who you
Who
are.
the fuck is OT?
256.
Oh, okay. Right on time. Check and watch us like it's time. Good.
I wish I filmed that when I got that job offer on stage during my set and just turned it down. And you were just like, Zach, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm busy.
It's such a.
It's
If there's a
finance
guy that
crap.
would do that, it'd be a guy named Zach.
But it's the way he
fuck
did it.
yourself.
He was like, you know what, Gary? I don't think I'm going to take this job. It's not right for
I was like,
me.
it doesn't fit my career right now at this point, but please stay in touch and we'll pick up later.
And I
He
can
was
see
like,
the face of the guy on the other line. He's like, what the fuck does he think he is?
Yeah, basically. Still fun to do.
What was the job?
It was some finance
How much
thing,
did it pay?
What did you
fintech.
do now?
How much did it pay?
Nothing.
Yeah.
How much did
It paid enough.
How much? How many
Finance jobs
zeros?
are good. How many zeros?
I'm not.
No?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, fuck. If you name it, get an extra.
Extra minute.
Should be $20 to get an extra minute.
Not even on the mic, just on the pod.
You're the pod.
You get an extra minute on the pod.
Hi.
We're all
The
done.
pod
You
goes
need
to
to say
3:05.
your pitch stuff for an extra 60 seconds.
Oh, man. I don't fucking know.
I'm not working. It's so goddamn boring. I know it's very privileged to say that because I was in finance for like 10 years, but it is so boring. I can't figure out what the hell I want to do next. It
Write
sucks.
You're doing comedy, right?
Nah, kinda.
That's why you do the horse stuff, right?
I do the horse thing, but that's volunteer work.
The horse thing?
Yeah, he
I volunteer at a
shaves
stable.
Their shoes.
Yes, I shave their shoes.
Whatever
I think I know.
That's an
what you're
industry
talking
term. No, I picked their
about.
horseshoe.
Yeah. So he was.
Where'd you
pretty
go to
close.
Yeah, and I muck them. Huh?
Where'd you go to
From
school
the
for?
outside, that sounded
Why?
what he said to what I said.
Oh,
is really
man.
the same.
Look at that.
What's
It's like
up?
5 inches
From the
taller.
inside, I'm sure it sounds retarded.
I know.
See that? He's up there tall you got? He fucking
Yeah,
huge.
dude,
Yeah, but you look ridiculous.
I had a
That's too
football
big.
game.
He's over extra.
I had a
but-
football game.
but
I'm all sore.
I saw him fucking hunching all you
Are you
guys.
sore?
Yeah.
All your
I've been
Flag
trying to
football.
improve
I don't know. I'm out of
Yeah.
shape. It's played.
I
Oh, you're playing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Do this. Everyone stand, sit straight, and let's see how it looks on the camera. You guys
Well,
look
we
funny.
do.
I look ridiculous.
I adjusted subconsciously.
Look
when
more
you were
confident,
adjusting
right?
I feel like if you guys also like sit up straight, like people watching, no one's watching, right? But like
No.
these
Somebody
guys
is
are not
watching.
funny. These
Somebody's
guys are not
Who the
funny.
fuck are you? Go
These
sit in
guys
the
are
back.
not funny. That's
The
what
fuck are
they're
you
gonna
doing?
think.
If they listen to it, they'd say the same thing.
I can hear
Not
this
a
guy's
visual
posture.
problem. That's what you're saying.
This guy's posture.
I went to
sounds
school for
like
engineering, though.
Posture's too perfect. These guys aren't funny.
Is that good for you?
Yeah.
All right.
Makes me happy.
Good. Let's wrap this shit up. I think you guys come here to shit on this podcast. Like,
I can't believe how many people are watching this podcast.
Well, that's part of the
Really?
pod.
talking about?
That's part of the podcast.
Hi, Bill. Thank you for everybody who was watching for whatever minute.
Let them know we have like 15 people watching too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people. I can't.
How many today?
No, I mean in the
they're in
room.
and out.
That's a huge number. That's crazy. Oh, come on. At least let me help you sell it. That's amazing.
No, it's in the
Tell
thousands.
them, it's another episode of People's Mics, episode 448. Tell them where they can find you.
Shoot. Every Wednesday, Alligator Lounge, I host a mic. It's probably going to be 7:30 to 9:30 now. And then I have 2 shows coming up in Long Island. I forgot where they are.
Wow.
Because that's the kind of guy I am.
Peter Wong. Find me on Peter Wong Comedy. I'll be on TV in a week. An episode of Catch Your Predator is coming out.
Are you the Predator?
I am.
He's a child.
Oh, I wasn't.
He's like, we need a young Asian boy.
Peter in a blonde wig.
My name's Peter.
Move on.
Luis Lopez, LuisLopezComedy.com, and at Luis Lopez is here on all social media. I'm going to be at Sam, New York, Wednesday at 8 p.m. So
Yeah,
please
you
be
are.
there.
Nice.
So proud of you.
Catch
You have a website.
Yes.
Yeah, Lewis has a website. Fucking professional. It's another episode of People's Mic. You find it every day at Monday to Friday. Idle Strung Ahead. Thank you for them for letting us do this. 2:15 for the podcast. 3 o'clock for the open mic. If you're out of town comic, just email, DM me, grab a seat, jump on, and you're all welcome. We're here Saturdays for the podcast at 4:30 at Niagara Bar, 5:30 at Niagara. It's for the open mic, right?
Yep.
We'll be back tomorrow. Have a good week. Happy Monday.